Good evening, it's Freddy Vazquez. Happy Friday, TF. This is Basement Politics. Join me. Good evening, folks. It's Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Unfiltered. TGIF. Happy Friday. Let's get it poppin'. What's going on in Yonkers? What are the sources telling me this week? Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, it's Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics coming on early today. I actually like coming on early, actually. But anyway, how you doing? Yonkers. I got a lot of stuff today, man. The sources have been, coming at me a lot lately. And in a good way. I mean that in a good way. I appreciate the information sources. Thank you very much. And guess what? Not one was a cater. You haters. Anyway, folks, another City of Yonkers employee arrested. I was correct. Sources indicating that the individual is currently being held for weapons charges. The employee was a parking authority employee. He worked there at the Parking Violations Bureau. At the front, he would check your ID. And sources had told me yesterday that he was arrested in a raid conducted by both the FBI and Yonkers police. I heard that guns were being tossed out of a window or off a balcony. And they came actually to the apartment complex several times. Now, this is the individual that I had an issue with at the building department. The one that kept giving me a hard time about going in and conducting my business. He was a security guard, I guess, checking IDs. And today he is no longer there. He being charged with weapons possessions. I don't know the exact charges. This is kept low. I haven't heard much about it on the, any of the official Yonkers Police Department, city page, any news. And I'm wondering why. Is it because this is the third city employee to be arrested in 3 weeks? Serious charges. The first was a Yonkers fireman who was arrested in Atlantic City for trying to lure children into his hotel room for sex. Fired immediately. Second, as we all know, Stephen Dolan, the man, I don't want to say accused, because we know he did it. The man that hit CJ Hackett, 16-year-old, killing him while riding a scooter and then running away, fleeing the scene and attempting to cover it up. Even when I hear from sources that there were hair on the bumper of his van. He went to work the very next day as if nothing happened. Yet some are saying good things, or I should say bad things, happen to good people. Is that so? Well, we have another city employee arrested for weapons possession. What's concerning is that this individual had threatened me at the building department, and he threatened me via Facebook. I got it documented on video, and I screenshotted the message. And lo and behold, he's got weapons, got guns. Now, I don't really care. It's none of my business, but I'm glad the police did their job. I'm just saying, City of Yonkers, are we vetting people properly? Probably not. Probably not. We know how they come about these jobs here in the City of Yonkers, right? So I would like an apology from the city. I'm not going to sue, the individual that said, "Oh, you're just trying to come up." Yeah, right. Okay. I'm not going to sue. I was joking. I'm being sarcastic, but I should get an apology. Obviously, this individual, I'm just saying, Yonkers, come on. 3 employees arrested in less than 3 weeks on serious charges. What's going on here? What is going on here? Mi gente, ¿qué está pasando? Todo esto es loco. Now, guess what? I got a source information. We have another city employee, wasn't arrested, but he is MIA. MIA. In the MIA, yo. And I had to create this because I just thought it was funny. I did. Alberto Vazquez has not been seen by his members, and they're wondering where he's at. So I put up a milk carton. I'm hoping this will go out soon. I've even asked the milk companies to lower the price on it just so they can make sure this one gets out there. Alberto Vazquez, having the president of CSEA, has not been seen by his constituents all year. Last reported sightings in Miami and Puerto Rico, although it says Egypt and Washington here, in the company of a creepy old man suffering from severe case of tropical fever. We hear that Mr. Alberto Vazquez is in Puerto Rico, establishing his real estate empire, flipping homes using what someone described as, quote unquote, blood money. Money he received from the death of certain individuals, which I will not elaborate on. Just leave it right there. And now he's out in Puerto Rico, flipping homes with the money instead of representing his members. And members are upset. They got screwed the last time. Because of his poor tactics, he ended up getting worse contract. Yeah, a worse contract. And I hear still goes back to the original president or the former president for advice, whenever he does show up. And he only had one meeting last year. And according to, I guess, the bylaws or the rules or the constitution of the CSEA union, he is required to hold 2 meetings. He is not at any committee meetings nor any meetings where negotiations are being held. However, people did want me to say, shout out to Maribel de Jesus, who's been holding it down as the first vice president of Oh, actually, is she the first vice president? I forgot. I don't know if she was the first. She's one of the vice presidents, but she's been holding it down. And people say she's not very knowledgeable, knows what she's doing, and thank God for her. So why isn't she president? She should be president, right? I mean, can you not demote Mr. Alberto Vazquez, who seems to be more concerned with traveling? I remember he tagged me in a post once. He thought he was being funny, but he actually just himself looked bad. You know, he said, "Oh, poor guy, I'm upset because I'm not going to go on his show. I'm too busy out in Miami." Yeah, okay, exactly what I've been saying, Mr. Alberto. But I have to represent the people. It's not personal, Mr. Alberto Vazquez. I'm just telling you what they're telling me. You need to go handle your business. Moving on. Racism still exists here in the city of Yonkers. You know, can't we all just get along? Can't we all just get along? Marie Mazzo, what's going on with you? You know, I don't understand why people do this. This is the most, like weird thing. When people comment on your post, on your comments, and then tell you to leave them alone. Wait a minute. You're bothering me. Why do you comment on my post? Keep scrolling. Hit unfriend. That's the beauty of this country. You have the right to do that. This is what she says. Because I told her that the majority of people who lived in, the projects, as she called them, were not bad people. And they're not. Because guess what? I lived near and around them, and I hung out with people from the projects, and I know. Okay? First-hand experience. All right? She says, and if you think a majority of the people living in the projects are good people, then you are delirious. Crime and murder on Riverdale Avenue is a disgrace. People don't take care of what is given to them cheap. She's saying that all people that live in the projects are not good people, criminals, and that they're glad, she's glad that they're being, pretty much removed from the downtown area with the building of this new deluxe building here. Where'd it go? That Tasha Diaz, the majority leader, and the city council president, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, attended a groundbreaking for 25-story. That's a massive building that's going on that small little one-way street. You have the YMCA there. Now, let me ask you, is that luxury? Yeah, it's all mostly luxury. I think there's like 10 apartments that are going to be affordable. And I want to know, are people going to be cool with, the YMCA right there? Because, a guy that lives there now, a fair-skinned guy, said he welcomes a Whole Foods. It's music to his ears. People say, oh, Freddy, yeah, with the Whole Foods is healthier. ShopRite is bad. No, well, you can buy healthy food at ShopRite. People just choose not to. Whole Foods is a lot more expensive, and it's not within the price range budget of majority of the individuals living there now. But I would imagine that's going to change, which is why things are going to change, like the ShopRite. This big, massive building, luxury, looks like Miami almost. It's Miami-ish. Hey, Alberto, look, you don't even have to leave Yonkers anymore. We're going to become Miami-ish, downtown Miami. I used to live out there for a while. That building is very Miami-ish, right? And where are the people going to park? In the CVS parking lot? Or what about the parking garage on Buena Vista? So are they going to keep the YMCA, or are people living in the Miami-ish Taj Mahal, as I like to call it, going to be okay with homeless people lined up every night for dinner by their entrance? I just have to keep it honest. People are like that. They feel like, hey, I'm paying, $3,000 for a one-bedroom. I should not have to dodge homeless people waiting for food. And that's just a fact. That's just how a lot of people think, especially those who may be paying $3,000. I'm not trying to generalize, but I've been around enough of them. Man, you wouldn't even imagine what the things they said. Tasha Diaz, she's wearing these furry flip-flops. Like, what are you doing, woman? This is a construction site. This is not your living room, although you may have that green carpet on your living room, but this isn't your living room. City council president, you too, flip-flopping on up in there. You could have stubbed your toe on a rock. I mean, nothing was falling from the sky. You could have took the hard hat off, placed it on your feet or something. You guys wear flip-flops too much. I mean, you are elected officials after all. This is a groundbreaking ceremony after all, for a luxury market rate development after all. What is it with the flip-flops? Although you, Tasha Diaz, it's very fitting. Flip-flopper. There you go, Wilson Kimball here. Wilson Kimball is the president of Macy. Why is she at a market? Is that anything to do with Macy? Oh, it's affordable housing. Is that anything to do? That's low income, right? What do you think Wilson Kimball's doing there? She wants to be president. Oh, not president, mayor. Well, some people say the mayor seat is like the president. She wants to be mayor. Although some people on the inside say she has no chance. Insiders say she has no chance. No chance at all. They're breaking this, and it saddens me because, for one, this is not Tasha Diaz's district. Two, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy is African American. That's not what disappoints me. My wife is African American. What disappoints me is the way she is going about things. She's like going with the flow of kicking out majority of African Americans and Latinos. And I don't want to make it about race, but it just so happens that is the majority of the people who are going to be pushed out. She's digging them right up out of here with that shovel. And they're going to take Trevor Park. She knows that. JFK Marina. And they don't seem to care. But a lot of people who voted for her, especially in the Black community here in the city of Yonkers, voted for her because she's Black. And that is the problem with identity politics. It becomes a strategy for the puppet masters behind these elected officials. They understand that. That pulls on the heartstrings. Blacks are going to vote for her. Latinos are going to vote for them. And white liberals who fight for equality everywhere except in their own community. Fraudulent. You know, I love the white liberals, and I'm just saying, I love everybody, I really do. I'm just saying that, you know, that always fight for equality, right? Be right up in, yeah, the Black people are getting mistreated, yeah. Bring them into the border, open borders. But they are not themselves hanging out with Black people or actually directly going out and doing things for Black people, right? They don't even speak to them. They're not their neighbors. It's like it's done from a distance. It's just very strange. It's very strange. I like people who keep it real. You're a racist, just let it be known. Cool. I just won't talk to you. I don't care. It's your business. All right. Just don't bother me. But, you know, it just saddens me that, you know, identity politics has pretty much ruined the city of Yonkers for the past however many years. The city council president has been in office. Shanae Williams has been in office. And now the city council president, because you guys are not, look what you're doing. I wanted to show another picture of it. I'm not sure where that picture went. Oh, maybe it's here. Yeah, look at that. There you go. I want to show that massive thing. This thing is huge. It is freaking huge. Look at that. So I take it that the ShopRite is going to stay, or is it going to go? No, it's going to stay. The building, I imagine, the property, but it will become a Whole Foods because look at that thing. That thing is beautiful. Jeez. I mean, how many people are going to be able to afford that? I mean, look at the top there. It's like this glass thing here, right? It's probably the workout area and all that stuff. Gonna have a pool in there. That's so awesome. This is really like, you know, downtown, down south, Midwestish. This is what they used to do out there. I used to live out there. I used to see these things, you know, but they were very affluent areas. And you didn't see homeless people by them. You know, it's so, yeah, you know, the people that are against me, you know, because there's people against me. There's people say, Freddie, oh, why are you so negative? It's good that they're changing it. We need the improvement, especially, you know, folks, you know, African-American and Black folks that just don't quite understand what these buildings actually mean. You know, they mean that you're going to go. Because I said, are you going to be able to pay $2,700 to $3,000 for a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom? That's 500 to 700 square feet. Probably not. So you're not going to be there to enjoy that beautiful Miami-ish Taj Mahal building that they're going to put there. That was not, you know, approved to be built there originally until, you know, those zoning board 3 guys got removed. You know what I mean? They removed them by just voting new people in. That's how they removed them. You know, imagine you're like in a committee, or you're in a group or something. You're like, you know, the president or the chair or whatever, you know, treasurer, and you're watching, you know, this meeting, a live meeting with the city council, and then they voting somebody into your spot, and you're like, wait a minute. That's crazy, right? And then you don't get officially announced till 3 months later when the letter comes in the mail. I mean, they already knew at that point, but that's the official announcement. After 20, 30 years, those guys volunteered. You know, that's messed up, man. The shitty council is bought and paid for. Name me one initiative that the city council is bought and paid for in full. Name me one initiative that residents all can agree on that is good for our city. None. And that is true. I mean, you know, they're supposed to be, you know, the checks and balance. They haven't checked anything. I mean, you know, it's like everything is approved 7-0, 6-0. Everything is just approved. There's no discussion. There's no objection. I mean, there's 1 or 2 may object here and there, but it's almost like it's hey, let's just you be the one that's gonna object. Okay, cool, I got it. Let's go. You know, Shanae Williams doesn't come prepared. I got tons of videos of her just unprepared, not knowing who she's questioning, where she's at. She often forgets her name, you know, and it's just very unprofessional. And it's a disgrace. And I believe it's very disrespectful. I think it's very disrespectful. And I think and it bothers me because of that. It's not serious. How can you take it serious? It's almost like a satire. It's like a comedy show. I mean, they're going there with fuzzy flip-flops. Shanae Williams walks to the Ecuadorian flag raising with her little puppy, her little hot dog. They don't even invite Ecuadorian members of the community. The one guy they shout out is the IT guy who was there. He's fixing the mic and stuff. Oh, and Ada Medina, who's now claiming her Hispanic side. I hear she's a very nice person. I'm sure she is. Ada, I'm sure you're a very nice person. But I'm just speaking of the way things are going. The way the process went, right? Because you and I could both agree that it's not technically right. And it totally, discredits our democracy here in the city of Yonkers, right? And it just validates what people say about the corruption. But I'm sure you're not a bad person, and I'm sure you've helped a lot of people over at Legal Aid. So, but that $200,000 a year salary sure sounds good. I'll take it. So what do you say, Johnny Limo? You gonna run for mayor? I hear you're raising a lot of bucks there, although some people might disagree with me. They say you ain't raising nothing. I'm just telling you what I heard. I heard you're raising money, and you've mentioned it, but I've also heard it. But then I also heard that you're not. But of course, the people, or the person that said that will most likely say that. So I got to take, that with a grain of salt. So what's going on? What's the plan? When are you going to come on my show? When is Mike Cater going to let it be known? What is he doing? What's going on with that investigation? Why is it still ongoing? How much has it cost the city taxpayers now to hold Mike Cater down by the neck? You might as well call him Mike Trump. It's like this whole, wild goose chase. It really is. When they fear you, possibly, doing big things, they try to put you down. They try to, get you arrested. They accuse you of child porn, right? Right, Lakeisha? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Or quid quo pro. Nobody knows why they never went after John Rubo. I like you, Rubo. You had a good time. Give me a fist bump, buddy. We had a great time that night at Corazon Sting. I did. We had fun. It's not personal. I like people. I like to be friends. But I also speak the truth. My wife says that's not always a good thing, Freddie. It gets you in trouble. You got to have a filter. And I have developed one. Trust me, I have. Because there's some things that I would like to say, but I have. I really have. In due time, Freddie. I don't have time. Come on. Time is of the essence. They don't want to see you win, Fred. Thank you. I want to see everybody win, including you, King, including you, believe it or not. Like I said, that's why, I look out. And he's an individual that knows he is somebody that, I when I can, I try to, help out with, by providing employment, right? He's come to me and I've given him jobs and he's worked. Chris is my man, you know what I'm saying? And I always call you Chris, you my guy, and that's why. And so that's what I do for the city. That's what I want to do. I don't get paid for that, right? No one's saying, hey, here's funding so you can do that and then chastise the kids on Facebook Live, But Johnny, I need you to come on the show, man. You keep telling me in due time, I want to know what's going on. Time is running out. The elections are coming up. People are opening up, campaign committees and opening up accounts and, starting to, rear their heads a little bit and starting to, give more of an indication of what they're looking to do, like a Wilson Kimbo. I hear Wilson Torrero, Mike Spano has the, county executive committee. Is he going to be going for the county executive seat? Some say, that's just a ploy, Fred. Don't get distracted with that, Fred. Don't get distracted. Listen, I just got to put it out there. Very soon, I promise. You've been promising me that for a while, man. Come on. Chop, chop. By the way, I'm telling you guys, look, this is the first time I told you, the caters guys, right? And I mentioned this very early on, and you guys know I was right. I was right. I told you guys early on last year about certain things that you guys weren't even agreeing with me on, and eventually you ended up like Red Horse. I knew Red Horse didn't have your back the minute you started talking about them. I said, were they even on your side? And and lo and behold, they connected to your enemies. They're connected to your opponents, right? So you got played. So you guys got to listen to me a little more, because I know what I'm new to the politics thing, but I understand strategy. Okay, strategy is the same in anything you do, right? Strategizing, right? It's chess. Everything is chess. So I'm telling you guys, got to come out. Forget that damn investigation. It's bullshit, right? It's fraudulent, right? It's nonsense, right? Why don't you come out and speak out how they're continuing this investigation into Mike Cater for no reason, and it's costing the taxpayers of Yonkers more and more money that could be put in a savings account to build the second school that's much needed, right? But instead, it's going to the Inspector General's office. And Liam, my bad about your mom, Liam. Liam, I didn't know she was 80 something. Liam, I wasn't talking about her like, saying anything bad about her. I was just, it was in the paper. Your mom was head of the committee. She spearheaded the people that didn't want to see blacks in their neighborhood. I'm just saying that's what I'm just saying. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, Miss McLaughlin. I gotta have respect for the elderly. I know you were upset about that, but you're going after Mike Cater. You're wasting our city's taxpayer money. Come on, let it go now. Let it go, Liam. And so you guys need to come out and tell them this and say, hey, city of Yonkers, they're spending all this taxpayer money trying to keep Mike Cater from running for mayor, right? You should say that. And also, if people go back to the budget meetings when the Inspector General came in and they talked about the budget, excuse me, for the Inspector General's office, one of the things that Mr. Anthony Moranti, which, sometimes he does things for no reason, but sometimes there is a reason, although he didn't nail it home, he didn't drive it home, he should have. One of the things he noticed was an increase in their spending on independent and outside counsel and independent, and outside investigators, right? And all that was for this Mike Cater investigation that's still ongoing. So if it was, so much of a difference, an increase from the prior year, that Mr. Moranti, council member out the 6th district, noticed that and asked why, right? Then that's a problem, right? They're wasting money. So how much money are they going to spend this year trying to keep Mike Cater down so that they hopefully can just wear his ass out, right? So he won't even want to freaking run for mayor, right? I told Mike, yo, Mike, I'll be out there. If it was me, okay, arrest me then. You're not arresting me? Okay, then I'm out here. I'm running for mayor. Folks, listen, I'm going to let you know because you already know. You already know. They already know. They already know. They're expecting it, right? If they don't think that Mike Cater is going to run for mayor, then they're not smart. And I like to think that they're smart. I don't like to doubt my enemy. I give my enemy all the benefit of the doubt because you always want to be prepared, okay? So I'm sure that they're going to be prepared anyway. So I'd be out there like, I'm running for mayor because it's time to do what I need to do. And there's a lot of people that may feel like him and maybe start getting that momentum now. You wait a little too close to the elections, that could have some severe damaging effects on the overall campaign. I'm just saying. And people they ask me all the time because they think I'm always talking to you guys. They say, hey, Freddy, how's Mike doing? Or have you spoken to Mike? And I haven't. And I don't know. But they're asking about him. They want to see him, right? And so it's just going to make it even more difficult the longer he waits. And I get he's getting advice and all that, but that's been for so long now. I remember, when we spoke months ago, it probably was even the beginning of the year. And I asked about it and said, oh, yeah, a couple more months and that's it. Well, look where we at now. We're heading toward the end of the year and it's still. So you guys got to make a move, man. I'm just saying, I don't know nothing. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? That's just my assessment of the whole Mike Cater thing. Over $600,000 spent by the city on a witch hunt. Right. That's what I'm saying. So Mike Cater's got to come out and say that. He's got to drive that point home. Right. We got taxpayers building these luxury, Tasha Mahals. Right. This is very Miami-ish. Right. And they're getting huge tax breaks, which is hurting the city ultimately, folks. The pilots hurt the city because we don't receive our due taxes from these developers, which is millions of dollars, millions of dollars. Yet and still, they still utilize the very same amount, of whatever resources, utilities, and everything that the city has to offer, but pay such a reduced tax fee. You know what I'm saying? So we lose out. The city lose out. On top of that, they taking up all the land, right? On top of that, they barely have any of the units affordable because Tasha killed it. Blame Tasha Diaz. All my African American and Latinos, right, who love Tasha Diaz, let me tell you, she killed the affordable housing ordinance. So if you haven't already been in a situation where you can't find an affordable apartment, and you may be one day, you can blame Tasha Diaz. She did that. Yes, she's over here breaking ground with a shovel and out of her district for this luxury apartment here, where they're going to make maybe 10 of the apartments affordable. 10 or no, 25. I'm sorry. My bad. Get it right, Freddy. Get it right. I don't want nobody attacking me at the library. 25 units. You know what I'm saying? 25 units will be affordable. But then what does that mean exactly, right? What does that mean exactly? They're not taking the low end of the affordable housing scale. Everyone's going to be from the high end of the affordable housing scale. And then how long are they going to keep them in there? I hear a lot of people already got evicted from the Apex. You know what I'm saying? So come on, yo, it's a game. And a lot of this is the old bait and switch, sleight of hand trick. And it's unfortunate that some people come after me and say, Freddie, you negative, because they don't quite understand what's really happening. This is not for you. This is not for you. Okay? This is for the Brooklynites, the Manhattanites who were paying, $4,000 or $5,000 a month. And like, yo, you know what? Screw this. Pandemic's here. I don't want to be condensed, in Manhattan, having to take a subway or whatever. Let me get out of here. I go up to Westchester, pay $1,000 or $2,000 less. You know what I mean? It's a little less to them. This congestion and all that's nothing to them. So they good. For us, it's like, what the hell is going on? And Con Edison, is it sustainable Westchester or Con Edison? Because I don't see nothing sustainable Westchester, but I see Con Edison breaking up the streets all over Yonkers. Right? So if everybody's getting up out of Con Edison and they're converting, what are you guys doing, Con Edison? Something going on here, huh? It's a lot of something going on here. There's a lot of something going on here. And also giving all these jobs out to out-of-state guys. Thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that, smart man. That's what's up. Thank you. Why not help the people in Yonkers who are struggling? Give them jobs. Absolutely. And let me tell you something. That man that just said that right there is someone that's looking for jobs. And like I said, I've helped them when I have work. I give them work. I do have my, contractor guys that are skilled and all that. So, I have to obviously, but when I have work for guys who have certain skills, what I'm saying, I offer them. But look at all these developments going up, and they said it's supposed to be for local. Oh, they're going to bring in all these jobs. Wilson Kimball, right? This woman right here, right? She was over, and I was respectful to you, Wilson, wasn't I? This, maybe not on my podcast, but I was respectful to you in person. This woman right here, right? She talked about more jobs coming in because of all this sustainable stuff that we're going to be bringing in. But that's BS, because none of these people are from Yonkers except for Lakeisha and Tasha. You know what I'm saying? They're the only two from Yonkers. Right? MC Lakeisha, I was gonna call MC Tasha there, and put them gold chains away. Is this a rap video with a bunch of developers or what? I don't understand. Right? Wilson Kimball talked about these jobs, but the developers are not giving jobs to the locals. These companies are from Connecticut. I went around asking at several sites, hey, you guys from Yonkers? None of them said they were. One guy tried to lie, but none of them said they were. Asked the Con Edison guys today, they were going to fix the streets back up. And the guy said, no, we're not. That's what he told me. Maybe he's joking, but that's what he said. They don't care about Yonkers. I care about Yonkers. What I'm doing is, so some of you that want to come at me and say, Freddie, you're being negative. No, he said, I understand really all the true details. I see where it's going. I was talking about this development before most people knew about it. You know what I'm saying? I knew about it. Nobody knows about the whole fool. I've been talking about it. All right. So, I mean, people are talking to me. People are talking to me. Deep inside people. They're giving me info. I have to filter it, make sure that they're not trying to set me up with some, faulty information. And that's why I say, if I get it wrong, please, folks, correct me. I'm here, for the people, and I'm not here to fight nobody. You know what I mean? So I don't need to come and attack me at the library. You could have just reached out to me. But homegirl, consultant, if you are working for the developers, and I know what they're going to be doing is not going to be for the people who now live in that area, of course I'm going to say something. And you either don't know or you don't care. You don't know, you don't show, or you just don't care what's going on up in the ghetto. Where's that from? Where's that from? Come on. Where's that from? Poor middle income people are in a caste system. You aren't given opportunities to break from your class. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because there's one individual, which I thought that was kind of very, ignorant a bit. But again, some people just don't quite have all the information. I get it. He says, oh, well, people just got to adapt. They got to work and get ahead of the game so they can live in those apartments. But how? Where are the jobs? If these jobs are going to out-of-state people, leaving those who are here unemployed, even the trade guys, the Teamsters, the unions, 456, they're complaining. A lot of this stuff is non-union stuff. It's not union stuff. They got all kinds of subs coming from Connecticut, Brooklyn, Jersey. At least if you're not going to do union work, there's guys here that could at least be the subs that's from Yonkers or Westchester. So, say, hey, reach out to those guys, because I do that. Reach out to me, right? And I could get guys from Yonkers because that's what I do. Like my guy Chris there. Guys need work here in Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I keep multiple businesses, because one business is slow. I'm hoping that the other business isn't, right? You have to have multiple sources of revenue. And that's something I want to talk about to you young kids at the college and careers program that I'm starting. I haven't got one email, and I'm doing this for free. This is what I understand. It's free. It's very invaluable information that I wish somebody would have told me, because forget it, I'll be even further than I am now, because, I just made a lot of mistakes. But I'm looking to speak to kids so they can avoid these mistakes and have a plan for when they graduate high school, so they're not being, kicked out of their neighborhood when gentrification comes around, or so they can succeed, come back and help their neighborhood prosper with the individuals that are there already. And we do that by education and job opportunities. Real education, real job opportunities. Not these bogus jobs like Lionsgate. They hire you $15 an hour to be the security guard. I know a guy, this is a fact. I know a guy who was working on movie sets from Yonkers, right? He worked on that movie, The Irishman. That was one of the most recent ones he worked at. But then he became ill, right? He had to have surgery. So he got out of the industry for a little bit, and he's having trouble getting back in. He said, yeah, I called him. He's looking a lot better. Shout out to you, man. You look really good. I was glad to see you yesterday or the day before. Look really good. And he's trying to get back into it, but he's having trouble because, he was out of the union. He wasn't able to afford to pay his dues because of the hospital. He wasn't working. So now he's got to go through the whole process, pay his dues. He's got to become fully vaccinated. And this guy was already working in it. He was already had experience on movie sets. So imagine people from Yonkers with zero experience. Come on, let's just be real. Let's be real. Wilson, let's be real. How are you going to hire people from Yonkers to do some of those jobs when you know damn well they need like 5 years of experience in that damn field? Come on, let's be real. So the first step is education, okay? We obviously can't run before we crawl, which is why I am putting pressure on certain individuals, and I hope you're watching, to focus on the educational component of this city. Is so big. That's why I talk about the schools. That's why I talk about these programs, right? So the next generation of kids will be able to adapt and not get pushed out by these big Miami-ish buildings when they come around, because they cannot afford it. And hopefully maybe one day they'll be the builders instead of it just being only Jewish and only Chinese. Because that's what it seems like. It's only developers, it's Jewish, Chinese. Shout out to you guys. Shit. Especially the Jewish. How you guys managed to do that? You've been persecuted throughout the history of mankind, kicked out of so many countries, Holocaust and all. Yeah, you guys have rose to the top of every industry that exists in this country. Small percentage also. That is something that we need to learn. Puerto Ricans, Latinos, Blacks, and any other small, disenfranchised, marginalized groups, because they did it big. They building all this stuff here in Yonkers. Anyway, folks, that's why I say this. So for those who come at me, understand why. I'm on your side. Only people that should be upset with me are the developers, those making money off it. Tasha Diaz, Lakeisha Collins. We was cool until that whole child porn thing, Lakeisha. Come on, man. I'm not stupid. You know, we spoken. Remember, I took you around. I had Lakeisha being chauffeured around Yonkers. This is true story. Okay, because Freddy do things big, right? Unlike you, Rose, I do things big. No, I shouldn't even mention his name. I was chauffeured around. We were going to Cottage or the old Cottage. We went to Getty Square. You know, I was doing an interview with her, and unfortunately, I had an issue with the tape. I could only get the audio, and the film was messed up, so I was never able to release that. But you know, I had the car waiting for us outside my office. Chauffeur opened the door, all that, and then you did that to me. Damn, yo! I thought we was gonna take over the city, me and you, unite. But you had your own plans, girl. You need to stop. Anyway, folks, it's 41 minutes. I'm out of here. I'm Freddy Vazquez. That's what the deal is. That's what the deal is. To anyone who says, because I've made comments on the Yonkers, City of Yonkers page, Facebook page, that why are you being negative, Freddy? Oh, that is great to improve. No, I understand. I appreciate improving the city and beautifying it, improving the quality of life. However, I don't appreciate doing that in a manner that means getting certain folks out, bringing in a new demographic, completely changing, you know, the makeup of the city. You know, why can't you do that for the people that were here? Why couldn't we beautify it without bringing new people in here? And not that I'm like against new people. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Why get replaced? You know, and that's just what I don't like. You know, we were Yonkers, the suburb of this, you know, outside of New York City. We were not New York City. And although we were, you know, called unofficially the sixth borough, really, most of us never want to be a borough of the city. We never wanted that. But we have become an extension of not the Bronx, but Manhattan. I'm Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics. Thank you for joining me. Sources, continue to send me information, because what I'm hearing from people is that Freddy Vazquez knows you are spot on certain things. And some of the things people may not even get that I say, but those who know. And by the way, I forgot to mention the 33 Main Street development that's going up. You know, that one that I filmed the other day where the people didn't know what was going up there. They're just doing work there, but they don't know nothing. I hear that's going to be an all affordable development. So, you know, you can't go into the Miami-ish one, but they're going to build a nice little slim one for you guys in the corner of Main Street and Riverdale. You're going to get 0 yard space. And out of 76 units, they're only going to have 26 parking spaces, because affordable people can't afford cars anyway. I'm Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics. Have a blessed and beautiful weekend. All right. And for you guys who be negative to me talking that mean stuff, I'm always going to tell you to have a blessed day. That's just how I am. I'm not going to wish you, you know, I don't wish people wrong. It comes back to you. Remember that. I'm a believer in karma. When you do dirt, you get dirt. When you do bad, you get bad. You know, and I truly believe that I've been blessed for reasons, because I truly want to help people, and I have. I've never done people wrong. Never. I've never made $1 by taking from somebody. And that's the difference between me and some of these elected officials, and that's what I don't like. Make your money, but don't take from others, especially those that don't have much. I'm Freddy Vazquez. Folks, have a blessed night.
Freddy wins. Fatality. Freddy wins. Fatality.
And another monitor lied to me. And another monitor Rumo lied to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to Basement Politics.
That's a lot of stars. That's a lot of stars. An optical illusion that people are following him. The truth is, nobody is. The truth is, nobody cares. The truth is,
Freddy wins. Fatality.
Let's get it poppin'.
Freddy wins. Fatality.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vazquez. You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vazquez.
Thank you for watching Basement Politics with my husband, Freddy Vazquez.
Freddy wins. Fatality.
but I am the bad guy. But I am the bad guy.
Come on, give it to us straight. Come on, give it to us straight.
I'm hoping that this is not true, Sandy. I'm hoping that this is not true, Sandy.
Not long ago, he admitted himself on a live that
Freddy wins. Fatality.
but I am the bad guy. So that my competition, the guy who always talks about me and say awful things about me, he will not have a problem, guys. So
The hopes
that the people will follow them. An optical illusion benefit him because he doesn't cover. He only talks trash. We are the real McCoy. Benefit him because he doesn't cover. He only talks trash. Are we? Let's make it happen, guys. Make me happy today.
In another one, Mr. Rubo lied to me. And don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much.
Freddy wins. Fatality.
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I was raised in housing. I don't think you were.
No!
Freddy wins. Fatality.
No!
Freddy wins. Fatality.
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I went to Yonkers public schools. I don't think you did. We can go on all night with this, honey.
Freddy